For privacy reasons, the names of individuals involved in this case have been changed. Stay tuned. A hotel with a dark history. A young girl mysteriously disappeared. A bizarre video that made the whole world shiver. In January 2013, Elisa Lam, a young student, set foot in the Cecil Hotel, which had witnessed a series of mysterious deaths. She disappeared without a trace, leaving only a video recording her inexplicable behavior in the elevator. 2 weeks later, her body was found in a water tank on the hotel's rooftop, raising a series of unanswered questions. Suicide, accident, or a sophisticated murder plot? Why did a place with strict security allow such a mysterious death to occur? What chilling theories are surrounding this case? Elisa Lam's death is not only a mystery, but also a nightmare that has never ended, where every unsolved mystery contains secrets that want to be revealed. Step into the darkness and explore them with us. Don't hesitate to leave a like as an encouragement for us, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to update the most classic cases. Elisa Lam was born on April 30, 1991 in Vancouver, Canada, to a family of Chinese immigrants. She is a bright, creative, and passionate student who attended the University of British Columbia, where she pursued her passion for literature and art. Elisa is also a passionate writer, often sharing her personal thoughts and feelings on her personal blog called Ether Fields, where she records her life journey, inner struggles, and travel experiences. As a young girl full of enthusiasm and passion for discovery, Elisa decided to take a solo trip to the United States in early 2013. This was part of her plan to escape the pressures of studying and experience the world in her own way. She set off in January, starting her journey in San Diego before arriving in Los Angeles on January 26. When looking for a place to stay, Elisa chose the Cecil Hotel, a budget-friendly place for backpackers and centrally located in the city. However, the hotel also had a dark past, having been the scene of numerous murders, suicides, and several notorious murderers. During her early days in Los Angeles, Elisa maintained regular contact with her family and updated her itinerary on social media. However, on January 31, 2013, all contact with her suddenly stopped. There were no calls or texts from her, leaving her family extremely worried. They waited but heard nothing from Elisa. In the following days, the silence continued, raising suspicions that something was wrong. Fearing for their daughter's safety, Elisa's family quickly contacted the Los Angeles police and reported her disappearance. The police began an investigation, combing the Cecil Hotel and gathering information from hotel staff and guests. However, no one had seen or heard anything about the young girl in the final hours before she disappeared. The mystery grew, as no trace of Elisa was found, and the Cecil Hotel once again became the center of a thrilling case that attracted the attention of both the media and the public. After receiving the report of Elisa Lam's mysterious disappearance, the Los Angeles Police Department immediately began an investigation. They searched the Cecil Hotel, checked Elisa's room, and questioned hotel staff and guests who were present during the time she went missing. However, there was no sign that Elisa had left the hotel, nor did anyone remember seeing her. After January 31, with no clear clues, the police continued to expand the search area but still had no results. As the days passed, the pressure from the family and public grew. When the searches at the hotel yielded no results, the police decided to release an important piece of evidence on February 13, 2013. A video extracted from a security camera in the hotel elevator in the early morning of February 1, the last time Elisa was seen. In the 4-minute video, Elisa makes some unusual moves that make viewers shudder. She enters the elevator and presses a series of control buttons, seemingly wanting to select multiple floors at once. However, the door does not close immediately, even though it should have closed after a few seconds. This makes her look confused. She constantly looks out, sticks her head out of the elevator, and looks around the hallway as if searching for someone or avoiding something. Every time she looks out, she quickly shrinks back inside, sometimes hiding in a corner as if trying to hide. She makes strange gestures with her hands, as if she is talking to an invisible person or trying to express something to an unknown entity. These movements look so uncontrolled and strange that many viewers feel uneasy. After a few minutes, she walks out of the elevator, disappearing from the camera's view. The strange thing is that right after Elisa left, the elevator door suddenly closed and operated normally, as if it had been held by an invisible force the entire time she was inside. Immediately after being released, the video quickly became a viral sensation on the internet. It spread on platforms such as YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter, attracting millions of views and stimulating public curiosity. Different theories began to emerge. Some people believed that Elisa was being followed or threatened by someone, possibly a murderer in the hotel, and she was trying to find a way to escape. Others suspected that she was showing signs of paranoia or psychological disorder, leading to uncontrolled behavior. Some more horrifying theories suggested that she was experiencing a supernatural phenomenon, possibly being haunted or controlled by some invisible entity in the Cecil Hotel, which is famous for its haunted past. Whatever the real reason, the video only adds to the mystery surrounding Elisa Lam's disappearance, making the case one of the most puzzling mysteries of modern times. Nearly 3 weeks after Elisa Lam went missing, on February 19, 2013, a group of guests staying at the Cecil Hotel began complaining about the quality of the water in their rooms. They described the water as brownish, with a strange odor and low pressure. Some even used the water to brush their teeth and bathe, and boiled it for drinking, unaware of its horrifying origins. In response to the increasing complaints, hotel staff were sent to inspect the water supply system. When they opened the lid of one of the 4 water tanks on the top floor, they were horrified to find a woman's body floating in the tank, nude and in an advanced state of decomposition. Immediately, the police were called to the scene. After conducting identification, they confirmed that the body belonged to Elisa Lam, who had been missing for several weeks. News of the gruesome discovery quickly spread, turning the case into one of the most haunting mysteries of modern times. The water tank where Elisa was found was about 2.5 m high, located on the roof of the Cecil Hotel. The following details make the case even more puzzling. Access to the roof was locked. The only way to get to the roof was through a security door equipped with an alarm system, which only hotel staff had the key and password to open. If someone tried to go to the roof without permission, the alarm would be activated immediately. The water tank had a heavy metal lid. When hotel staff discovered the body, the lid of the tank was open. However, given the size and weight of the lid, it is difficult to imagine that Elisa could have opened it herself, climbed inside, and then closed it from the inside. No ladder outside the tank. Without support equipment, it would be very difficult for a normal person to climb to the top of the tank, let alone get inside. These points make many people suspect that someone put Elisa in the tank instead of her climbing in herself, as the police hypothesized. After the body was recovered from the tank, forensic experts conducted an autopsy to determine the cause of death. Some important findings include no signs of assault or external trauma. Forensics found no bruises, cuts, or signs of violence, ruling out the possibility that Elisa was physically attacked before her death. No signs of sexual assault. Although the body was found naked, there was no evidence of sexual assault. No drugs or alcohol detected. Tests found no drugs or alcohol in Elisa's system, which undermines the theory that she was in a drug-induced state of delusion. Cause of death: died as accidental drowning. The official medical examiner's report determined that there were no signs of homicide, and Elisa's death was classified as an accident. However, this report has caused a wave of controversy. Many people do not accept the conclusion that this was an accident due to the mysterious circumstances surrounding the case. After the police closed the case with the conclusion that Elisa died from an accident, the public still continued to raise questions. How could Elisa have gotten to the roof if the door was locked? Why didn't the alarm system activate? Could she have climbed into the water tank without help? Why did the elevator video show her strange behavior just before her disappearance? Were there others involved in Elisa's death who have not yet been discovered? These questions have turned the case into a huge mystery, attracting a host of theories from the online community and independent investigators. Some believe it was a murder, disguised as an accident, while others suspect a spiritual or supernatural element to her death. Despite the passage of time, Elisa Lam's death remains one of the most mysterious cases of the 21st century, and the Cecil Hotel continues to carry the reputation of a haunted hotel associated with unexplained tragedies and strange events. The mysterious death of Elisa Lam at the Cecil Hotel has not only shocked the public, but also given rise to countless theories to explain the strange details of the case. From criminological theories to supernatural speculations, the case still leaves many unanswered questions. Many believe that Elisa's death was not an accident, but a deliberate murder, staged to make it look like she took her own life, or was involved in an unfortunate accident. Some unusual points that support this theory include the hotel's security system. The door to the rooftop is locked, and only hotel staff have the key and password. If Elisa intentionally went up there, she would have had help from someone. The alarm system should have been activated if someone opened the door without permission. The water tank where the body was found. The water tank has a heavy metal lid, which would be difficult for a person to open, climb inside, and then close by themselves. If Elisa fell in without help, how could the lid be closed as initially reported by the hotel staff? No signs of a struggle. If Elisa was attacked before she died, there should have been bruises or injuries on her body, but the autopsy found nothing unusual. However, if the killer was able to render her unconscious before putting her in the water tank, that would explain why there were no signs of a struggle. Another theory is that hotel staff may have been involved. If someone in the hotel helped Elisa get to the rooftop, they may have staged the scene to mislead the investigation. However, the police have not found any suspects with suspicious signs. One theory police considered was that Elisa may have climbed into the tank while in a state of mental confusion. Her family confirmed that Elisa had a history of bipolar disorder, a condition that can cause temporary loss of control or paranoia if not properly medicated. Factors supporting this theory include unusual behavior in the elevator video. She made strange gestures as if she was talking to someone invisible. She moved in a disoriented manner, repeatedly pressing multiple elevator buttons, but not entering immediately. The autopsy found that Elisa had no alcohol or drugs in her system, but some of her bipolar medication was not found in the required amount. This suggests that she may have skipped taking her medication or taken the wrong dose, leading to a severe mental breakdown. Proponents of this theory believe that in a fit of paranoia, Elisa may have climbed onto the roof, tried to get into the water tank, and been unable to escape. However, the biggest point of contention is how she was able to open the tank lid, climb in, and close it without help. The Cecil Hotel has a long history of mysterious deaths, including suicides, murders, and criminal activities. Some believe that Elisa's death may have been related to the supernatural. The hotel was once home to a serial killer, Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker, a notorious serial killer of the 1980s, lived in the hotel while committing several gruesome murders. Jack Unterweger, an Austrian serial killer, rented a room here and murdered several women during his stay. Suicides and unnatural deaths. The Cecil Hotel has seen dozens of suicides, some of which involved people jumping from windows for unknown reasons. Some murders have taken place without the police being able to find the perpetrator. Phantom phenomena. Some hotel staff and guests have reported strange phenomena, such as mysterious footsteps, objects moving on their own, or the feeling of being watched. Some believe that Elisa may have been possessed by a supernatural force, causing her to act strangely before her death. Although there is no scientific evidence for this theory, for those who believe in the spiritual world, the Elisa Lam case remains one of the most famous supernatural mysteries. Some theories suggest that Elisa's death may have been related to a conspiracy or even a covered-up scientific experiment. Tuberculosis connection. One of the strange coincidences is that at the time of Elisa's disappearance, A tuberculosis outbreak occurred near the Cecil Hotel. Strangely, the name of the tuberculosis test kit used at the time was similar to her real-life name. This has led to some speculation that she may have been part of a secret medical experiment, mind control experiment. Some believe that Elisa may have been mentally manipulated by someone who could somehow control her thoughts and lead to her erratic behavior. While these are extreme theories, the strange coincidences in the case have made it impossible for many to completely rule out the possibility of a deeper mystery. Although the police have officially concluded that Elisa Lam died of an accident, many people still find it difficult to accept this explanation. The inconsistencies in the case, from the strange elevator video to the locked rooftop entrance to the way her body was found in the water tank, have all left the public with endless questions. If this was really a murder, then who was the killer? And how could he commit the crime without leaving any traces? If Elisa climbed into the water tank in a fit of paranoia, how could she overcome obstacles that even a sane person would have difficulty doing? And if there was some supernatural force behind it, is this a mystery that will never be solved? Elisa's death has become one of the most mysterious cases of modern times, attracting millions of people around the world to follow, analyze, and debate. Years have passed, but no one has been able to come up with a fully convincing explanation. Is there some evidence that is yet to be found? Is there some witness that has never spoken? Or has the truth been buried forever with Elisa? The questions remain, and perhaps there will never be a final answer. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this story and want to dive deeper into more intriguing mysteries, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.